If you're a coach and you've heard the term niche, target market, or trying to figure out how you position yourself online and you learn some little bit market things here and there, then this is the perfect episode for you. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking to you about how to actually figure out your niche and create how to figure out your niche as an online coach. My name is Franz, and this is my channel, Flow of Franz. My goal is to help you start and scale your online coaching business, but also to help you grow, help you become the best version of yourself. Because at the end of the day, when you grow, your business grows. So let's start with today's topic. Is how do you find your niche, right? So I think it's key to understand what is a niche. A niche is a combination between the service that you provide and the people you're providing that service to, right? A lot of people get confused when they just toss the word out niche, niche, niche. Oh, I need a niche, 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 and whatnot. And I wanted to make sure this clear distinction because it knowing your niche knows helps you position yourself in the marketplace. It helps you start to create messaging and communication that helps you attract your client, but also sell your client in the long run. It's the difference between having a blue ocean versus a red ocean. Understanding that your job in the sea of content, right? Let's right say the ocean, everybody's in there, is to carve out a piece, right? Your niche in that marketplace. Okay. And ultimately, the way you go about doing that is you have to get clear on two main things, right? What's the service that you provide, but not really in the how to the actual service you provide, really more in the transformation that you're providing for your customer. Why I say that? I say that because once you know the transformation, you automatically know what's needed to get that transformation. But you want to speak at the transformational level because that's where people are listening. That's where people are hearing. They want transformations. And when you can get them to believe that you can help them get that transformation, then you sharing the how to's and the things that they need becomes easier. But not only that, not just the transformation, just because you know the transformation you're providing your client, you know what's required to get them to the next hump. You need to know who exactly needs that service. So the common frame that people most use is target market, things of that nature. But for us, we're going to say dream client. Here's what people need. This is the important part of understanding your niche. It's like, don't focus too much on the niche, right? You have your niche, you know who you're serving on, but I think you really need to dial in on the dream client. Because when you can dial in on this person and you know who you're speaking to, it makes your communication so much, 100 times better. Because instead of speaking to everyone, you're speaking to a specific type of person. And that's the key for your marketing because at the end of the day, people are getting bombarded with billions of messages per day. And it's ultimately your job to stand out of those millions of messages that they're getting from their friends, their family, online, government, whatever it may be. People are over inundated with there's too much information being thrown at them, and you need to be able to stand out from the noise. Okay. So knowing who you're speaking to helps you stand out from the noise because it captures your audience's attention. So how do you actually get clear on your dream client? Here's where a lot of people make mistakes in getting clear on their dream client is that they don't follow these three main things. They need, and this is, you can get this from Expert Secrets. You can get $100 million offers. Like all the information is out there. Just, you got to decode it, figure it out for yourself. But ultimately, the dream client needs to have a painful problem. Like this problem needs to keep them up at night. So when you're figuring out your niche, you need to understand that painful problem that they're keeping up at night, and it should align with your niche. It should align with the transformation. Those things should be working together, right? Now that you know their painful problem, you need to check if they can pay, right? Just because they have a painful problem doesn't mean they can pay. And if they can't pay, it's going to be hard to sell to people who have no money, ultimately. And at the end of the day, you want to run a successful business, not a mediocre one. So you want to make sure that they have a payment problem, that they can pay, and that you can find their location. And what do I mean by that? Location, 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 right? The key with the location is understanding that you need to know where these people are going to be, where they congregate, where they consume their content, where they get their information, We're going to be speaking specifically in the online because this could be taken offline. There's groups, there's events, there's a bunch of things out there that can help you get to your dream client and location. And you should be doing those things and putting yourself out there in those positions. But right now, I just want to speak online only, right? When you figure out the dream client and the transformation that you provide, your service, your skill sets, and you got clear in your niche, now when you're speaking and creating content, you know who exactly you're speaking to and the problem that you're solving. For example, I'm speaking to coaches who want to start and scale their online coaching business. I know who I'm speaking to and exactly the problem that I'm solving. My goal is to give them everything they need over time that would help them get to that outcome that they're ultimately trying to figure out. And if I can do that, I did my job. Same thing with you. If you can do that, you did your job. Now, understand, like, especially since I'm building this new channel, understanding that this doesn't have to be perfect. Knowing who you help, knowing your niche, knowing these things doesn't have to be perfect. You just gotta be good enough. And what I mean by that is that your messaging should just be good enough to get you started and start attracting people. Because the only way that you learn who you can truly help is through trial and error and actually getting feedback from the marketplace. Because as you're speaking to these people, learning about their pain points, learning about their issues, learning things that you may not like or like about in your client, you can start to really get a clear picture of your dream client, because you can figure out who you don't want to work with and who you do want to work with, and you can really fine tune and specialize your messaging to the people that you're speaking to, which makes it easier and easier for you to speak to them. Now, if you are a coach and let's say you're a new coach or a freelance coach, but mostly new, where you're like, I don't know who I could put up in a dream client. You want to look at it, and I look at it for myself, is who were you 5 years ago? What problem did you solve that was causing you to keep yourself up at night? Speak to that person. Let that person be your dream client. Now, if you were in a place financially that you couldn't afford the service, that I wouldn't speak to that group of people. But if you were in a place financially where you could do those things, then I'd speak to those people, right? I chose coaching because I've been in the coaching industry for about 6 years now, a little bit more going on 7. And I've learned a lot. And I know where I'm at right now, someone new or someone at the beginning stages are still trying to figure out how all these things work together. Hence where I come in and actually position myself to try to help those people and get them one step ahead. The beauty, one of the things that we, new coaches and whatnot fall into is like, I mean, I don't have an experience. I'm not good enough. Well, you let your experience be the experience, right? If you have solved the problem for yourself and you went and actually did it, then all those experiences are things that you need to speak to your audience, because they'll be able to resonate because they're there in their moment right there. And ultimately, your job is to just show up, like I am just showing up today. But ultimately, hopefully that was helpful. You figure out your niche, you know who your dream client is, you know the transformation that you provide, and now you can dial in your messaging to start speaking directly to your client. If you have any questions, please free to comment below. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. And if you're looking to start and scale your online coaching business, then click on the link, set up a Calendly, let's get on a call, let's see if there's a way that can help you. But other than that, you have a blessed and wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.